Okay, let's go.
Last video in this series, we'll have some supplemental stuff coming out about target and acquire specifically, and maybe some different resources and tools. But this kind of wraps everything up. We have gone through the START program. We have introduced you to how it was created and the thought process behind what START actually is. It's an acronym, it's a mindset, it's 5 steps to a wholesale transaction. It's a way of life. I'm actually developing the next iteration of START, which will be on scaling and growing as I run a wholesaling business. And so, how do you get started in real estate? How do you start wholesaling? How do you wholesale houses? Now, how do you scale? How do you go from one deal sporadically here and there to now you've implemented the START program and you're able to do 1 or 2 deals a month, to how do you scale? How do you get to where you're doing 100 deals a year? Super exciting stuff coming up. But for the START program, we talked about what it is and why it is and the different things. We talked about study, the 4 questions that you need to answer. I think as we go through too, and we start going through target, acquire, resell, transact, like you should be able to see that as time goes on, you're going to learn more and more, right? In the last video, one of the biggest things was solve the problems that you're good at solving. Well, when you're just starting out, the study step is in the beginning. Answer 4 questions and then move on. It's not a 4-year degree, right? You're not going to know everything. It's okay. Now you're in the target or the transact step at the very end, and we're solving problems that we're good at solving, overcome objections that we can overcome, right? That information is pretty valuable. I didn't know that information when I answered these 4 questions, Seth. Yeah, absolutely you didn't. It's okay. Now you do, right? Once you go through transactions and once you start actually doing deals and once you make it through START, you'll realize that some of the assumptions and some of the decisions that you made in the study step and the target step, maybe they should be adjusted. I assign with my business EOS. It's Entrepreneurial Operating System. There's a book called Traction by Gino Wickman. I highly recommend it. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. Gino, if you ever watch this and you want to get together and do some type of sponsorship, I'm happy to do so. But nonetheless, great book. It's the way I run my business. In that, we set a 10-year target, and it's an audacious goal. When I implemented it into my system, I had somebody come in that understood EOS and was an implementer. And they described it as Coca-Cola had a 10-year target. Their 10-year target, when they originally sat down with EOS, was to put a Coca-Cola in the hand of every single person on the planet. It's a pretty audacious goal, but it's the guiding light. It's the address and the GPS of where they're going. And everybody knew it in the entire system. This is where we're going. All the decisions were made based on how do we get here, right? Then there was 3-year goals, 1-year goals, and 90-day rocks. And it just breaks down the different steps in 3 years. If we're going to be on track to hit this 10-year target in 3 years, our business better look like this. And if we need to be there in 3 years, man, in 1 year, we better at least get to this point. And if we're going to be by the end of the year, we're going to be here the next 90 days. The most important thing for us to do in this business is this, and that, whatever it is. That's what the 90-day rocks are. Then we meet as a leadership team, as a company, every single 90 days. And we discuss how we did and plan the next quarter. Then my company meets every week. So every single week, my leadership team gets together. We have conversations about what's going on in the business. We have a scorecard for the business. We look at key performance indicators, KPIs on a scorecard that tell us exactly how we're doing. So in 90 days, when we sit down, it's not a shocker how we did or how we didn't do. We know because we look at the business every single week. We review every single week. We don't make changes every single week, but we do identify, discuss, and solve issues that are going on. Then every single quarter, we pull everything together, and that's when we have opportunities to change. It's a set place that we're able to sit down and have a conversation, right? But being that it's in a forum that we're able to sit down and actually have that conversation and we know that it's coming, we can bring all the information together to make an educated decision. We're not making changes on a whim, right? If we have 45 days worth of data on something and things just isn't working, we understand that sometimes it takes 6 months worth of data before we really see any true results. And we kind of knew that going in. We've only been doing this for 45 days. So I know that numbers aren't as great as we would like them to be right now, but we're not changing anything because we haven't done the 6 months that we committed to. When we set our budget, our time, energy, and money budget for this plan, we set aside 6 months. It's been 45 days. We're not ready to make that decision yet, but we are going to look at it. These are the numbers now. Let's watch the numbers and see if they progress better or if they continually get worse. We'll be able to make a better decision in 90 more days, right? It still won't be 6 months, but we'll be much closer. Whatever it is, like it's just a very random scenario, but it happens, right? You start doing direct mail. You spend $10,000 to send out a whole bunch of postcards. You're getting calls. Some of them are answered. Some of them aren't. Like, there's a lot of different things that go into it. I think the biggest key in running a business, and ultimately that's what you're doing, whether you're a solo entrepreneur, just doing one or two deals a year, you are the business. Or if you're running a team and you're trying to scale into a multi-million-dollar wholesaling company in the United States, doesn't matter. Real estate is a business. You are for profit working, so you are a business, whether it's you or your team. When you're running a business, hold yourself accountable, right? Understand that before we think that it's the lead's fault or that it's the marketing channel's fault or that it's the market's fault, interest rates fault, could it be our fault? Could it be my fault? Who's accountable? Have I set my team up? Have I set myself up to be successful? Have I followed the 5 steps? When I started the START program and I answered 4 questions, have I stuck to those 4 questions? Or did I make changes on a whim? The most common mistake that I see in real estate in general, not just wholesaling, is chasing the shiny object. People go out, they see this great idea, they go to a conference, I was wearing the Limitless shirt, right? To go to a conference, 3 days, nothing but entrepreneurship and real estate, people talking about their program this and their program this. And you come back and you got 50 amazing ideas, $50 million money makers. And you try to implement everything. You see somebody that had success on TikTok or Instagram or at a local meetup doing things this way. I've got to do it that way. I've got to do this. That's not what was your answer for the 4 questions when you started. It's different. Could it be right? Sure. 100% it could be right. But what does it change? Are you thoughtful in how it affects everything? Promise you, in my business, I have a CRM that is very, very powerful. I have a phone system that records every single telephone call and every single text message. I have an email system that tracks open rates and click throughs. I have 3 different websites that all convert to different things. I have a disposition software that pulls data from buyers all across the country. Wherever my property is located, I'll find very local buyers and get their information, right? I have a disposition software that presents deals in a way that it's a website that's not necessarily anybody can go to. I have to send people to that, and I can track traffic because I'm the one that is sending them there. I can track who goes and how long they're on a page, and to look at the level of interest just based on how long somebody looks at different things or how many times a unique person visited my site. I have meta ads. I have direct mail ads. I have cold calling campaigns. I have pay per lead campaigns. I have websites, all different types of marketing going in. I have a system that, as those leads from all different places, top of funnel, come down, they're all filtered in and should be automated in responses, automated with AI, making telephone calls, answering telephone calls. It's a machine. It's a huge machine. And making a change, switching from this company to this company, is not just making a change. Making a change affects different levels in different departments and different people and team members. Making one change could affect 5 different team members in one way, shape, or form. Having somebody that understands all those different things, like me in my business, as the integrator, the operations officer, right? Having somebody that truly understands what's going on. And when I make this decision, what does it actually affect? If we change this, what else needs to be affected and changed? Until you have that, until you understand that if I turn this and pause this, what'll happen 2 weeks from now because of that pause? You, if you're making decisions, if you're changing your 4 questions just on a whim, you need to hold yourself accountable to that, because it's not the lead's fault. It's not the marketing channel's fault. It's nobody's fault but your own. In the study step, we talked about the budget, time, effort, and money. But more importantly, are you committed to that time, effort, and money for the next 6 to 12 months? This is not a get rich quick scheme. I understand that you could pick up the phone and the very first attempt that you make, you reach somebody that wants to sell, and the very first cold call you ever make could turn into $100,000 assignment contract. That is possible. It's also possible that you get struck by lightning 5 times in your life within the course of 7 days. Highly, 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 highly unlikely, but possible, right? What is much more likely is that you are going to feel rejection. You are going to feel fear, and you are going to fear, feel doubt. All three should be expected and embraced. Rejection is a part of sales. Acquisitions and dispositions both are different types of sales. Wholesaling real estate is a sales business. It's a marketing and sales business. You're going to feel rejection. It's okay. How you deal with the rejection and how you handle it and how you move on to the next one, how you don't accept rejection right away, how a no is just an opportunity to get a yes with a different question, understandings, mindsets like that, how you embrace those mindsets, that's going to do a lot for you. Doubt. There are going to be times that you make 500 telephone calls and only one person answers the phone. It's okay. It happens, right? You're going to make offers and people are going to yell at you because they think that you're lowballing. It's okay. Are you accountable to yourself? You make an offer, it upsets somebody. Are you accountable to yourself, or do you blame it on the person? They weren't motivated. Maybe they were motivated. Maybe you weren't solving their problem. Maybe you don't even know what their problem actually was. Maybe you didn't present your offer as a solution. There's a lot that goes into this, guys. Okay. So there are 5 steps to a wholesale. Super, super simple. Study, target, acquire, resell, transact. Promise you, you follow them, you execute deals in a repeatable fashion. But the idiosyncrasies, the details, that's what's important. And that only comes with time, experience, and action. So when people ask me, how do I get started in real estate? The most common and overreaching response, because everybody's different. Everybody can get started in real estate in different ways. Most common and overreaching and right answer, everybody take action. Step 1, take. Until next time, guys, I appreciate y'all listening. If you're not already, please subscribe. Come out with some other stuff later on. But always remember, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
Okay, let's go.